you frustrated with online dating? Confused by all the new apps and fancy dating sites? Do you find yourself choosing the wrong person again and again? Well, studies show that hiring a dating coach can maximize your online dating experience. So no worries, I've got you. And I've created a virtual course called Doing Dating Right. It's a 5-video series that you can complete at your own pace in your own space, right at home. How to write your online dating bio, pick that perfect picture, and so much more. Want more info? Go to my website at jenniferhurwitz.com. Again, it's jenniferhurwitz.com. Good morning. Good morning. This is Doing Relationships Right. I'm Jennifer Hurwitz, and I'm your host every Tuesday and Friday. And today's Friday, so it's a Just Jen episode. My favorites. Well, I love them because I get to rant and talk, and it's all by myself. So anyway, it's a micro episode. So today, I'm going to get a little bit vulnerable with you and share something. It's been a tough year. I feel like the summer went really fast, went really quickly, and everyone's out and about and doing their thing. And COVID kind of took a back seat, and we all got to unmask and all that good stuff. So it was good. And now it's getting bad again. And it's September, and I dropped my kid off at school, and I'm sad. But it was a tough year. COVID was tough for me. And my relationship, I think my boyfriend and I, Jim, had a tough go. It was tough. I have an autoimmune disease, so he was worried for me, and my family was worried for me, and I couldn't leave the house. I was on like major lockdown, and my immune system is suppressed anyway. So it was tough. So we've had it tough. And so I don't know. Over the past couple of weeks, we've been arguing a lot, and it's been tough, and we've been fighting, and I don't know. Sometimes I forget how amazing he is, and how lucky I am to have him. And so this morning, my dad, of all people, sent me this out of nowhere. He had no idea that we were, kind of fighting and arguing and stuff, and that we were having a tough time. And out of nowhere, I get this text from my dad, and he sends me this article, which he knows I love to read, but this article, I thought it was about COVID or something. It's an article called by Your Tango, from Your Tango, which I love Your Tango. They have such great stuff for relationships and all that good stuff. I actually wrote a piece for them a long time ago, but it's called If He Has These 10 Overlooked Traits, He's the Perfect Boyfriend. And I couldn't believe it because it was so strange to me. And I was like, oh God, I can't wait to read these. But how weird is that? That out of nowhere, my dad sends this just when I needed it most, to remind myself of the awesome traits that I know my boyfriend has, that you should look for in a guy if you want to get serious with him. And they're overlooked. I think these traits are overlooked, and I don't know why, but I think to my dad, I said, Dad, thanks so much for sending me this, because he didn't know. I said, Jim has been getting on my nerves, and we've been getting on each other's nerves, and I needed a little wake up call to remember just how important this man is to me, and how lucky I am after 4.5 years to be in a relationship with him. So I'm going to share these 10 traits with you, and see if you agree. I would love to hear your feedback on this. So number one is honesty. If you find a guy who can be honest with you, who doesn't lie, who shares his feelings but is honest, and um, he's a keeper. That's number one, is honesty. It's oftentimes it's overlooked. People are like, oh, well, he should be honest. And, every guy should be honest, or every girl should be honest. And it's just, I think that typically things are traits that are, everyone just assumes that someone should be honest. But I think you should take it like, and really hold on to that and say, look, at this guy I've got is an honest, good person, because not everyone is honest. Not everyone is, honest with their partners. So hold on to that. If you've got an honest guy, that's a good trait to have. Don't overlook that, honesty. Chivalry. Chivalry is not dead, y'all. If you have a guy that opens car doors for you, um, walks on the inside or outside of the street when you're walking, or does things like that for you, like my guy, I've never opened a car door. In 4 years, I've never opened a car door by myself. And I remember when before I met him, I used to date all these guys, and I used to be like, I can do it myself. I'll get it. I can get my own. What makes you think I can't open my own car door? Meanwhile, Who was I kidding? Of course I can. He knows I can open my own car door. That's not the point. The point is he wants to do something nice for me and kind for me, and he's being chivalrous, and I'm going to let him, and he loves it, and he feels needed, and that's what's important. So don't overlook that chivalry. That trait is important, and I think that it's kind, and I love that about him. Um, he also, like, when we're driving, he holds my hand. I don't know. I just think it's being chivalrous is important. Being a mensch. A mensch is a nice boy. So, number 3, caring. Your tango said caring. A guy who's caring, and I think that's important too. Not all men are caring. Men can be a whole bunch of things, but when you're sick, um, they run for the hills. They leave you by yourself when you're like, if you have to go to the hospital, and they're like, yeah, you've got this, and whatever. Like, a guy who's caring, who's literally, like, really cares for you and cares about who you are as a person, and cares when you're talking, and cares what you're doing. Don't overlook that person. If you've got a guy that really cares legitimately about who you are as a person and what you're doing and what's going on in your life, that's important. How about understanding? 1, 2, 3, 4. Understanding. Someone who's understanding. A guy who's understanding and understands your needs, understands your wants, um, on a different capacity. Not just so who's understanding about, like, what you want for dinner, or who your favorite sports team is, or that kind of. No, someone who really understands you on a deeper level. I like that one. Um, how about genuine? Someone who's genuine. Someone who's not fake. Someone who doesn't put up a front. Someone who's the same person he is with you as he is with other people, as he is with his kids, as he is with his mom. Someone who is a genuinely good person, and he's genuine and he's sincere. All good things, right? These are all great traits to look for in a partner. And if you've got one of these guys, does it matter what he's lacking if he has all these good things? Like, I mean, I don't know. Kind of got to think about this. My favorite is sense of humor. Do not overlook a guy who's funny. If you go on a date with a guy and he's gorgeous and he's got money and he drives a hot car and he lives in a cool spot of town and he's got, the Yale law degree or whatever, I don't know what turns you on, but he's not funny, does that do it for you? I don't know. I need a guy who's funny with a sense of humor. Laughing to me is, like, super important. And I know over the last year, through all of our, like, struggles and the tough times we've gone through and the boredom and the monotony, we laugh. We laugh a lot. I know that we laugh. So he's funny. My guy's funny. So I love that. How about this? A paternal instinct. If you're looking to settle down with a guy, or you're committed to a guy and you want kids, and this guy that you're with does not have a paternal instinct to save his life, if he looks at a kid and runs to the other side of the room and says things like, "Oh my God, kids are not my jam," or if he shrivels up in a ball and he contracts when he sees a kid, or like changing a diaper makes him nauseous, or you watch a movie together and there's kids and he's like, "No kids, I'm not a kid." That's probably a big red flag for you, right? So if you have a guy that has a paternal instinct that really, like, digs kids, keep him. Keep him. That's a good one. That's a catch. As far as I'm concerned, that's a trait that's overlooked. So again, he's hot. He's great sex. He's got a great car. He's got lots of money, but he hates kids. Is that someone you want to be with long term? I don't know. Dependability. Is your guy dependable? Is he there through thick and thin? Can you call him when you have a tire that's flat? Can you call him in a pinch? Is he going to be there for you when you need him? Is he dependable? Is he dependable for other people? Does he show up at work when he needs to be there? Does he pick up his kids on time, or your kids, or whatever it is? Does he show up? Is he dependable for you and other people, and whatever it is? Is he a dependable guy? I mean, like, that's a great trait, right? I mean, like, following through is a really big thing with me. That's dependability. If he says he's going to do something, does he do it? Does he follow through, or is he one of those guys who says he's going to be somewhere, or he says he's going to do something and then flakes? Ugh, I hate that. That's my biggest, like, if you say you're going to do something, if you tell your kids that you're coming to take them out for ice cream at 3 o'clock. You better freaking show up there at 3 o'clock to take your kid out for ice cream. I mean, obviously, if there's a problem and you have something going on, kids understand they're resilient, sure. But show up, be on time, be dependable. Dependability is sexy for me. It is a sexy trait. I'm looking at I just noticed something on my light up for is like a big bug. I'm going to freak out. Anyway, sorry. Squirrel. Anywho, dependability. My last one that I'm reading on Your Tango that I love, equality. Does he treat you with equal respect? Are you guys equals? Right? Um, does he think of you as not only the stay-at-home mom, but he wants you to work if you want to work. He wants you to, the bill comes and he lets you pay. I mean, that's a big thing. Like, or he doesn't let you pay if you don't want it. Like, are things equal? Is the housework equal? Does he treat you like the strong woman that you are? Right? Equality is a big deal. It is a big deal. And if you can't, if a guy that you're with doesn't see you as your equal, doesn't see you as his equal, I'm sorry, then that is not a guy that you want to be with. But if he does, that's sometimes overlooked. That could be a trait that's overlooked, and I agree. I just really wanted to thank my dad. I got to tell you, because as I'm reading down this list, I'm like, check, 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 all of them. And I don't know. Can you say that about your partner? Can you check down this list about your partner? If you can, maybe you need a wake up call too, like I do. Maybe you needed this today. Maybe you needed to, maybe you need to send this to your partner, or have this, send this podcast over and say, look, you have to listen to this. I love you. I've been a real shit. I've been mean. I've been nasty. I've, hold yourself accountable for what you've done and say, look, I appreciate you. I appreciate our relationship. I want to work on it. I do find you sexy. I love you. Whatever. So this is for you, Jim, because I've been a real ass. And I don't know. I'm lucky to have you, baby. I'm lucky to have you. And that's it. That's it. So I hope you can understand this. Just Jen was just me being vulnerable and sharing something that my dad sent me today as a wake up call he didn't even know that he was giving me. He may have just saved my relationship. Who knows? So my dad knows how to do relationships. I can't speak. Do relationships right. He's been married to my mom for 50 years this year. It's a big 5-0 for Art and Trish. And this has just been an eye-opening day for me today. So I thought I'd share it with you on my Just Jen episode. So happy Friday. And go do something wonderful with your partner, or if you're dating, do something wonderful, with your date. Or if you're not dating and you're single, do something fabulous with a friend. Get out there, do something great. Wear a mask, vaccinate, please, for God's sake, so that I can get out of the house again. And as usual, peace, love, and so much truth. Bye, y'all. Have a good day.